I have a distinct memory of being 8 years old in the car with Ima, and we were talking about friendship. After going down a list of my friends and talking about them, she asked me, "What about Omer? Is he your friend?" And I said, "Omer is my worst enemy and my best friend." It's true. Like most siblings, Omer and I were in contests as kids. We would always play fight, compete for the last slice of pizza, and he wouldn't let me into his room when his friends came over. But that he was my best friend was true all the same. We have so many countless inside jokes that we share, little stories and day-to-day events, references to books we read or people we met, games we made up, imaginary friends we shared, traditions we rigorously maintained. Maybe my favorite of our traditions was the bro talk, as it was called. Other traditions, like Omer forcing me to play NBA 2K with him anytime we were at home together, or him destroying me in Settlers of Catan, were fun, but this one was different. Once in a while, if I hadn't been with Omer for some time, or if we were going to be in a hotel room together, he would declare that that night there would be a bro talk. After our parents went to sleep, we would sit together and talk about everything: our dreams, our friends, our goals, our struggles, the things that don't get talked about or even considered unless you take a moment and stop. I can't describe how important they were to me. The last time we talked was like that. It was a week before October 7th. I was in college. I told him about my fun and my struggles in college. He told me about how he was trying to find a new apartment and how things were heating up on the border. But the higher up said he and his soldiers didn't need to worry. Things were calming down. But between those worries and hopes, we laughed so hard that I worried I would get a noise complaint. And now it will never happen again. There will be no more bro talks. There's no one to share our inside jokes with anymore. All that remains is an array of photos, unread messages, Omer's NBA My Player on our Xbox, the jacket that I'm wearing that was once his, and my flawed memory. They have not yet given us a grave. Through the pain and the struggle of the last year, there have still been bright spots here and there. Often there were moments when I would see her think of something funny, and I would look for Omer to tell him about it, but I couldn't find him. Instead, I found his smile and his laughter on decaying street pole posters across the world, on signs of protest and newspaper clippings, and on my shirt. In those photos, he is perfectly preserved. As I near him in age, more and more people tell me I look just like him. And very soon, I will be older than he ever was. I have to grow old without him by my side. At least when I have to explain to my children and grandchildren who Omer was, I will have thousands of interviews, articles, and documentaries to reference. One of the first things I said when I heard the news on Sunday night is that there are just too many people. Too many people love Omer. Too many people hold Omer as a symbol of hope, of what is good in the world. Too many people place their faith in his return. Too many people would be broken when they hear he is gone. I also thought back to President Biden's words to my mother when he met her 1 year ago. He said, "Sometimes I think we raise our kids too well." Both of those ideas are a dark distortion of the truth. The truth is that Omer changed the lives of so many people for the better, brought so much love, energy, power, motivation, and family into our communities. Omer showed us all that what makes a meaningful and happy life is always lifting up others and thriving together. That his work is done does not diminish the magnitude of his impact. And we cannot allow ourselves to think for even a millisecond that doing the right thing by protecting and serving others is the wrong thing, just because there are people in this world that long to see good deeds and innocent people punished. It is too late for us. There are about 50 families just like ours who still have a hope. Their loved ones can still be saved. Every march, every rally, every trip to Washington or Jerusalem to plead for Omer's rescue, it was all too late for him, but it was not in vain. Now everyone knows Omer's story, his sacrifice, his endless heart, and now his memory will live forever. Now his story has uplifted the story of our people. The greatest honor we can give to him is to rescue the people he gave his life to protect. We must continue his life's work and keep serving life. Omer, there was one more thing I could say to you. I love you. You are my best friend. You made me who I am. Thank you for everything. Layla Tova.